It was 3 a.m. when the doorbell shattered the silence of the night. I was half asleep, groggy, still tangled in the sheets when I heard a man's voice through the door. "Babe, you left your purse in my car." My heart froze. I lived with my wife, Clara, and no one else. She was supposed to be asleep beside me, but when I reached for her, the bed was empty. My chest tightened. I quickly sat up, the echoes of that voice still bouncing in my head. The night air was cold as I slipped out of bed and grabbed my phone. I looked at the time again. 3:07 a.m. Clara had said she was working late on a last-minute project with her design team. I hadn't questioned her, she'd been distant lately, but I still trusted her. Until now. Slowly, I tiptoed to the front door, peeking through the peephole. A man stood there, tall, wearing a leather jacket, holding a small black purse in his hand. My wife's purse. The one I had given her for her birthday last month. My heart pounded so loud I thought he might hear it. I didn't open the door. Instead, I stepped back quietly and called Clara's phone. It rang once. Twice. Then it went to voicemail. "Hey, it's Clara, leave a message." I hung up. My hands trembled. That's when I noticed the faint light coming from the garage window. The car was gone. She wasn't home. I felt my stomach drop as a mix of rage and confusion took over. I waited. The man knocked again, a bit harder this time. "Clara, you awake? You left this in my back seat." My blood boiled. I wanted to open that door, to demand answers, but something told me to wait. He eventually sighed, left the purse on the doormat, and walked back to his car. I watched from the window as he drove away in a dark blue sedan. I took a photo of the license plate before he disappeared into the night. The next morning, Clara came home around 7. Her hair was slightly messy, and her excuse was already ready. "Morning," she said casually, kicking off her heels. "Sorry, the project ran late." I said nothing at first. I just handed her the purse that had been sitting on the counter since 3 a.m. Her face went pale. "You found it," she stammered. "A man dropped it off," I said quietly. "Said you left it in his car." She froze. Her eyes darted around the room, searching for words that wouldn't come. I can explain," she whispered. "Then explain." She hesitated for a long moment before saying, "It's not what you think. He's just a colleague. He offered me a ride home after work, and I must have forgotten my bag." Her story was rehearsed but shaky. I didn't buy it. "At 3 in the morning?" I asked, my tone calm but cold. She looked away. "We stayed late," she murmured. I sighed, walked to the table, and placed my phone down. On the screen was the photo of the car's license plate. "That your colleague's car?" I asked. She glanced at it and didn't answer. Instead, she started crying softly. "I made a mistake," she said finally. I was confused. Things have been rough between us lately, and he made me feel seen. Her voice cracked. "But it's over now." I swear, it meant nothing. I didn't shout. I just stood there, staring at the woman I'd shared 5 years of my life with. Every memory, every laugh, every promise, now felt like a lie. "I see," I said simply and turned toward the door. "Where are you going?" she asked, panicked. "To clear my head." I walked out, needing air more than anything. The next few days were a blur. She texted, called, left voicemails filled with apologies and explanations, but I ignored them. Then one evening, I decided to test her truth. I called the number of the man who'd brought her purse. His business card had been tucked inside. When he picked up, I said calmly, "Hey, this is Clara's husband. You left her purse at our place." There was silence on the line before he spoke. "Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Didn't know she was married." My grip tightened on the phone. "She didn't tell you?" I asked. "No," he admitted. "She said she was single. We've been seeing each other for a few months." I ended the call without another word. I didn't need to hear more. That night, I packed my bags. When Clara came home, she saw the suitcase by the door. "Please," she begged, tears streaming down her face. "Don't leave. I'll do anything. I'll quit my job, I'll cut contact, just don't go." I looked at her one last time, my heart heavy but firm. "You already left," I said quietly. "The night you thought I wouldn't find out." She reached for me, but I stepped back. "Goodbye, Clara." As I walked out, I realized something painful yet freeing. I'd been holding on to the idea of who she used to be, not who she'd become. The man's voice that night hadn't just exposed her lie, it had woken me up. And though it broke me, I knew I'd rather live with an honest wound than a comforting lie.